So it's a 25-year-old Defender. The hinge pin in the lower passenger door has broken. The most astonishing thing of all is that these Torx 40 headed screws all came undone. The ones on the door themselves have a 13mm nut at the back, which can be accessed with a spanner if you prise the door card away a little bit. Now, I got this Land Rover from a friend a few months ago, and it seems that I need to buy him an oil can for Christmas because nothing ever seems to have been oiled. Now, these are the cast iron hinges. Apparently some had alloy hinges, but these are the cast ones, and people keep telling me how bad they are, but actually they seem okay. They've got bronze bushers. Be okay if they ever had a bit of lubrication. So I'm going to drive those pins out, or the remains of the pin, and see what I can do. One of the problems that we have when driving these hinges out is not damaging the top hat bush, which leaves very little to rest against. So really you want to be driving the hinge pin out in an upwards direction so that you definitely don't damage the bottom top hat part, which is the washer in effect. Well, now these are the parts of the old pin. It's tapered at the bottom end, and at the top end it's got some swaged serrations to stop it turning in its housing. The most difficult part about this job was getting the old pin out. It was tight. Now what I've got is a piece of 6mm stainless steel rod, which came out of a printer actually. Don't throw old printers away without taking the pieces of stainless rod out of them. You get some good quality stuff for nothing. Anyway, I'll put a Sharpie mark on it, and then I'm going to cut it. Well, the best place to stick a grease nipple would have been just there, on the outside of the hinge. But it would be very easy to snag things on that and break the grease nipple off. So I have decided to put the grease nipple in the back of the hinge instead. So I've drilled it off centre to give a bit more depth to and then I'm going to thread the thing and see where we go from there. So what I've got here is a 5mm grease nipple drilled off centre so that grease can go in between those two little bronze bushers. You have to be careful to drill it in such a fashion that it doesn't nip the pin. I've got a new stainless steel pin with a flat ground on it, which goes in like it does so. And I've put a 6mm grub screw on the inside of the forward part of the hinge where it's out of sight, just to stop the wrong part of the pin from turning. And I had to grind a little bit of relief in the forward part of the hinge for the grease nipple. And just going to put a bit of copper ease on this grub screw in case I ever want to take it out again. So there we are, that's the hinge back on. Not visibly different from this side, but with the door open you can just see the grease nipple. Plenty of space to put the grease gun on and give it a little bit of grease. Now for the top hinge, it isn't as important to work from the inside because there's a mirror here which will prevent the grease nipple from catching on anything, and it's higher and it's out of the grass and the bushes, so I'm just going to stick the grease nipple straight in the middle there. Now it is important that there is enough space for the grease nipple not to catch on the hinge. So with a drill the same size as the diameter of the grease nipple, I'll just put a little mark. So now I know that if I go in there with the drill, I'm safe, and I can angle the drill back a little bit so that I'm lining up with the hinge pin. Now you can tell when you've drilled deep enough because a load of rusty swarf comes out just before you hit the hinge pin. There's only enough depth for a couple of threads, so only put a couple of threads in there, and then you can put a little bit of Loctite or something on the grease nipple just to stop it coming loose. Now I don't want the Loctite going into the hinge pin, so I've started the grease nipple by one thread, not even a thread maybe, and I'll drop a bit of Loctite on, and then I'll turn it backwards and forwards a couple of times to get the Loctite into the thread, and call it done. And you want to do that before you try your grease nipple with grease, because Loctite and grease don't work very well together. Good stuff this, it's years old, and when I was an apprentice somebody broke my teapot, and I actually glued my teapot together with stud locker and it's 40 years later it's still a serviceable teapot. Not that we use it, but it's still there. Interestingly, the Americans call these things not grease nipples, they call them Zerks, Z-E-R-K, and that's because it was a Mr. Zerk who invented them. Clever fella.